Okay, so today we're going to talk about banding on the white ink channel on the XTool Apparel Printer. And so, like most of us, these machines sit in the corner for a long time, and either we don't have any apparel printing jobs or we're just not actually running, apparel printing jobs at the moment. And so, when you first fire up the machine, it's going to do a self clean. And so, while it's doing that, you want to check your ink levels. You want to check the level of your moisturizing fluid. You want to check the level of your adhesive powder, and let it do its thing. Once the head clean is complete, you want to print a test print out. This is going to tell you the state of your heads. If it's been sitting for a long time, you'll get the bad news. If you're about to run a long set of jobs, then you can see, pretty quickly the state that your head is in. So hit the test print. Wait for the head to come back across. Once it does its cut, you can open up the door and pull the print out. And then once you pull your print out, the thing that you're looking for is dropouts. So this is what it looks like when you have really bad dropouts in the white channel. This is the print that we just did. You can see that there's a couple dropouts here and there. I've used this printer a few times. This is what it looks like when it's really bad. And this is definitely going to cause banding on your print. This is what banding looks like on a printed shirt. You wouldn't normally press a print that has banding on it, but I did a test print to show what it looks like once it's printed. You can see the gaps in the white. So to solve this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to Settings. And from Settings, we're going to go to Other. And once you go to Other, we are going to go to Ink Priming and hit Startup. You'll see your head move to the left. You can have the door open while this process is happening. If you're doing this for the first time, you want to follow this process from the beginning to the end. But if you've been printing for a while and your machine's been sitting, you only want to do the first part of this for a short time. So we're going to skip some steps. Okay, so as you start the process, it'll tell you to empty the waste ink tank. You want to make sure that you do this, because if you don't and your ink tank is full, your waste ink tank is full, it's going to cause a big mess. So take a couple minutes, empty out your ink tank so that you won't have any issues. You're going to remove the print head cover from here, and it's going to expose your ink lines. You'll see the white ink lines in the front, colored ink lines in the back, and the associated dampers beneath them. Once you hit Next, it's going to start the ink priming process. Now, pretty quickly, we're going to close the ink clips and hit Next after about 10 seconds. The reason why we're going to do this is because you can see that the ink lines are already full of ink. And so we don't need to wait the 2 to 3 minutes that it takes to pump ink into your ink lines. So from here, close all of the clips on your ink lines. And then once you got them closed, hit Done Next. And it'll ask you to confirm. Hit Continue. Okay, so from here, the ink priming process will start, and you can take a look down at this damper. You can see how low the ink level is in that round part on the bottom. On the white side, that is what is causing your dampers. The dampers do not have enough ink in there to fulfill the ink that's needed for the print heads. And so continue the priming process. Once it's done, you want to open up the ink clamps. Once you open up the ink clamps, the pressure that's built up from the priming process will pull ink into the dampers, and you can actually see this happen while you're doing it. Hit next and continue. You want to make sure that all of the clamps are open. I've forgotten a few, or one every once in a while. Once you look down in the bottom of the dampers, you can see how much more ink is in that well. At this point, you know that your banding issue is going to be solved. From here, you're going to run a head clean. Let it run. It takes about 5 minutes. And while you're running this head clean, you want to take a look at the bottom down in this area, and you want to see if you have any ink pooling on the front or the back. It'll be a line of white or a line of black. If you do, there's a separate video that I have to show you how to take care of that problem. It's not something you want to ignore. There's a bunch of ink underneath the print head that's pooling. If you have that streak of white and streak of black ink down there on the baseboard. So you're going to let the print head continue to clean until the process is done. And you want to go back, and we are going to go to maintenance, and we're going to print out another test print. Once the test print is complete, the print head will come back across and it will cut. And then once the cut is done, you can open up the door and remove your print. Now you want to kind of compare, this is what you're looking for in each of the blocks. You want to compare this with the first one. You can see a couple dropouts here and there, a couple of dropouts on the cyan on the top. But generally, this is a really clean print. With your print looking like this, you know you will not have a banding issue.